Hello, it's Maura. Thanks for coming. Welcome back to Maura's Epic Mini Fashion Show, soon to have a new name. Can you see me back here? I have to confess, oh, it just lit up here, that a few people let me know that I didn't have as much privacy as I thought. So I'm being extra careful and doing the entire show from behind the screen. No, I'm only kidding. But when you see this dress, you'll know why I'm delaying my entrance because it's just so incredible. All right, I'm gonna come out. Is anybody there? All right, and here I am. This is the dress of the century, as promised. I only wore it one time, and I think it has the molecules of both Santana and Metallica. And I'll tell you what, I wore this dress to a wedding in San Francisco, and both the bride and the groom worked for Metallica, and the groom's mother worked for Santana. So Metallica was on tour, so they weren't there, unfortunately. However, Carlos Santana's brother, I don't know his name, is in the band. He played during the ceremony, and afterwards I went up to him to say, "Oh, thank you, that was so lovely," and I touched him. So I know this dress has those molecules on them. So the other piece I want to show you is this shawl, which I haven't told you where I got this dress. I got this dress in Burlington, Vermont, where I'm from. I mean, I live in Florida now, but there was a store on Church Street called Echo, and I was working for a mental health agency, working for, not client of, but working with young men who had mental health challenges, and we would, tool around. And I was with this one guy who I'll call Doug because he liked that name. And we were about the same age, and even though he really had some challenges and at times hard to communicate with, we were like brother and sister. We had such an awesome time. So anyway, just doing nothing on Church Street with my client, I said, oh, let's just go in, look around. And so I saw this dress, and I looked at the price tag, and I said, oh, wow, this is perfect. I can't afford it, so I'm going to try it on. So I put it on, thinking, well, I won't buy it because I can't afford it, and I won't buy it because it won't look good on me. And well, the rest, all right, I am a little proud, but so I bought it. And this shawl I found in San Francisco when we were at the wedding because I needed something, and this is it. This is the outfit. So I don't think I can top this. I mean, I do have one other gown. I'm not going to change clothes again. We all know what happened last night when I did that. My husband did try to tell me he thought that might be see-through. Of course, he's usually wrong about everything, so I figured, well, he doesn't know. And but I do have a knack, as it turns out, for being naked and inadvertently naked in public. This is the second time lately. The other time was in front of a gaggle of landscapers here, and so they didn't speak much English, but they did speak wow. So I stumbled back into the house and haven't done anything quite like it since. So I wanted to tell you that I have some plans for. I really put this together because I thought it would be fun, I hoped, for you and for me. And then I thought, well, if you know me, you know that I'm a playwright. If you don't know me, now you know. And like most writers, and I'm also a director, I don't have many outlets. I mean, there are no outlets right now, of course, but we have this. And so Maura's Epic Mini Fashion Show is going to morph into Maura's Epic 10-minute variety show. I do have monkeys planned 2 weeks from now. So I think everything from theater to music to dance to what am I leaving out? I don't know. Oh, cooking, yoga. We're going to practice some bad yoga, and I'm going to teach you all how to make toast. I'll probably do that in the morning because that's when I eat toast. I know it seems like it can't be that exciting or interesting, but the truth is, I make really good toast. And my hope is, and when I say really good toast, if you talk to anyone that's ever had my toast, they will confirm it. that it's kind of like the Zen of toast. And I want these 10 minutes to be like that, which is a real challenge because I don't plan very well. But so I sort of advertised that there would be a surprise. And actually, the surprise is kind of on me. I'm a little bit emotional because my daughter Amanda told me that today is, well, April 1st, haha, and it is the Poetry Month. So some people challenge themselves to write a poem a day, every day of the month. And I thought about that for one manic moment, decided not to. But I had planned to read a poem tonight to you. And I hope that doesn't make you all turn off. I never thought I liked poetry until I was introduced to some really great poets. And it was just sort of like a window into the world for me. So, but this poem I actually wrote, and I want to tell you a story about it. So in about 1996, I had this sort of pivotal time in my life. I started writing. That's about the time I started writing. I've been writing for a couple of years. And it was summer, and I didn't know it but completely yet, but I was going to leave my husband. And I had no money. And I was in this women's group. And that night, there was going to be a concert in Randolph. I lived in Randolph, Vermont at the time. And it was going to be the Vermont Symphony Orchestra. They were going to do Duke Ellington music. And Tom Chapin, brother of Harry Chapin, was sort of the main event. It was one of those outdoor concerts, everybody bringing picnics and all these lovely, shiny families. And then there was me. And I not only wanted to go, I wanted to bring my daughter Mirabelle. And I don't remember why I wanted to bring her, as opposed to everybody. I mean, I couldn't even afford to take her, never mind. I do have four children. But I wanted to take Mirabelle. She was about 5 years old. And so after this little women's meeting, we used to meet weekly, a woman came up to me. Her name was Jan. And she said, I really want you to go to that concert with your daughter. And I said, well, thank you. And she said, here's $50. Now, this woman worked in a gas station. And I tried to say no. And she insisted. She had this extra money. And so Mirabelle, my little 5-year-old daughter, and I went to this concert. And again, Vermont Symphony Orchestra playing this beautiful music by Duke Ellington. And then Tom Chapin, who's a guitarist, folk singer, he was fantastic. And it was a really magical night, and I knew that it was a turning point in some way. And I wrote this poem, and I'm dedicating it to my daughter Mirabelle. And it's called Concert Night. And this is also in honor of the Poetry Month, so Concert Night. We sat on the dark grass while music played, a rush of violins. Then Ellington entails, his white smile hovering as the red sun took a slow bow. My daughter's face glowed to a whisper as the evening yawned and rolled up its yellow blanket. A banjo man came next, running his fingers over the ancient string drum, and the notes fell cool and fast, water sliding down a mountain. Children woke from their trances and pounded out a heart rhythm, their slim shadowed bodies stretched and swallowed in the dying light. My daughter handed her smile to me and ran to join that sea of dancers. She moved alone in the crowd, a single gorgeous ache in my throat, and I watched her step out of her skin, that vital mess we made, useless now, teaching nothing. The sky caught her and she disappeared in the blue-webbed clouds. I held her breath and blood on the silent grass, but she was beyond me, already ancient and innocent, a stringed drum spinning the universe, and no one, not even God, could be more perfect. Her banjo body danced home to me, finally, reeled itself in, and she put her hair on backwards, pasted the smile over her ear. I carried home a ghost, heavy and soft, her sweet old face smudged with the dark dirt of eternity. She knows her bones are music made, knows a celestial language calls her name. I will look to the stars tonight, My daughter dreams there, past the boiling sun, past the place where music begins. And I will keep her blood warm, hold her breath in my mouth, my own shadow body stretched and slim on the dark, silent grass. We are two daughters, two hearts, hooked in an ancient song. And that's for you, Mirabelle, if you're listening or watching. I love all my kids. Um, um, my daughter Mirabelle and I have probably the most contentious relationship, and one could argue that it's because we're alike. I don't really know why. I just know that um, sometimes I find her hard to love, so I have to love her hard. And I love her in this moment more than I've ever loved anything. So thank you for coming. I promised 10 minutes. Maybe it hasn't even been that, but we are going to stop. Here's what I'm thinking. So I love getting dressed up, in case you hadn't noticed. And so I'm thinking that each night in April, I'm going to tell you a little story. I might sing a song. God help me. I can't sing, but all right. Here's a little commercial for. I'm working on a musical called A Dog's Life, and it is about dogs. And I'm working with these three incredible composer producers, and their names all begin with J. I call them my J team. There's Josh, Jay, and Jordan, two in New York, one in Miami. Awesome. And so this is all happening. It's a project that's been going on for a long time, but finally something is happening. And there's a song in it that I want you to hear. So a lot of people can't sing and they don't know it. I can't sing and I know it, but that's not going to stop me because, as it turns out, very little can. But thank you again, and I know that we're still day by day dealing with this quarantine, and we're in Florida, and I know that the governor has issued I don't know what, don't go outside or don't go anywhere, and so we're staying put. We have been staying put, and I am thinking about everybody that's struggling, and we're all in danger. This is a really serious thing. So anyway, one last spin with the dress, because I know that's really why you came. And once again, this dress is available for loan, and it's stretchy, and it's very long, so you'll have to make an adjustment if you're not as tall as me. Anyway, thank you again. I love you all, and I'll see you for a brief period tomorrow night on Maura's epic 10-minute variety show. Good night. And now I have to turn it off. God.